Ask Heavy Week, the best professional wrestling discussion on the internet. World Wrestling Entertainment, TNA Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and much more. This, ladies and gentlemen, is In the Hot Seat with your host, Fortminorproject.
Alright, what's going on, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of In the Hot Seat. And of course, as always, I got a great show lined up for you guys. And as well, I got a returning guest, and in the way we're doing this as an iwws takeover. And would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm a bit late from Wrestling Wrestling, as Hunter just said, or IWWS, we are taking over.
Alright, well, it's a pleasure to have you here back on the show. We got a couple topics to get through, and I'm actually going to kick things off without further ado. And what are your thoughts on this whole Warrior and Hogan online feud that's been going on as of late?
Personally, I don't think it's going to do either one of them any favors.
Okay.
It's going to make them both look like two big idiots. You know, they're two guys from the 80s that had huge careers. Mm-hmm. Here we are 20 years later, and they're still trying to bury each other personally.
Yeah. And
I think the Warrior is just one of those guys. He's out there, and he's trying to be back in the limelight, back in the spotlight once again.
Yeah.
And it's his word against Hogan, then it's Hogan's word against his. We don't know what's true. Mm-hmm. Hogan could be he could be hugely addicted to cocaine. We don't know.
Right.
Because the only people that know are the people behind closed doors. He might have passed his wife around to the bullies in the back.
Yeah.
We don't know. Now, Hogan's saying the Ultimate Warrior was a male escort, and maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
We don't know. His allegations of, with Macho Man being involved,
mm-hmm.
He's no longer here, and neither is Miss Elizabeth to say anything different.
Right.
So it's just... it's kind of like the drama in the YWC. It's all about the he said, she said.
Right.
So.
Yeah, with me, I haven't really been following it too much, but I am aware of what's going on, and it just seems kind of silly to me, and with Hogan and Rory going back and forth with the war of words with one another and trying to expose each other, if you will. With this, do you see like Warrior coming into TNA? Because I heard rumors about that, and what are your thoughts on that? Do you think he'll actually end up there, or this is just a whole bunch of rumor and he's not going to even show up?
I think it could be a bit like a big, they could be actually in cahoots. They should, it could be where they're starting out online.
Yeah.
And they want everybody to think it's real.
Mm-hmm.
And then this way, when the Ultimate Warrior shows up on TNA as maybe the executive or the network or whatever role he'll play, it'll be like shock value because no one's going to expect it because they're fighting each other in real life, technically.
Yeah.
And I see that TNA is actually doing that with a lot of different things, using social media in their like storylines or in their product, how they're giving us their product. They use a lot of social media, so who knows? Could all just be one work, and we couldn't see the Warrior on TNA. And if they do, I think it would be bad for TNA to do so. So hopefully it's just an online feud.
Yeah, and I don't really see, Warrior coming into TNA that much. We've seen, TNA bring in real-life feuds, like, for example, like Kurt Angle and Jeff Jarrett with that whole situation, with that, now coming to an end, which is a good thing. And, hopefully, Warrior doesn't really come into TNA. I don't think he really, needs to at least, wrestle. If he's gonna come in, at least, do some backstage stuff. Because I don't really see him, wrestling or anything like that. So, like you said, hopefully this thing is just an online thing, and just go away after a while, and things will calm down eventually. So we're not gonna get too much in depth about it, but that's about it when it comes to that. So that's it with that topic. The next thing I got here, and getting into Tyson Kidd, and what are your thoughts on Tyson Kidd's multiple general managers? We see him week out and each and every week, coming with a different manager. Is this good for him, or should he just be out on his own and not have a manager?
I really don't know the angle what they're doing with this. I haven't really seen Superstars since they've been back on the internet.
Yeah.
But I've been keeping an eye on it through the dirt sheets and whatnot. And I just don't know the angle they're going. he's had everybody right from Michael Hayes to this week's spoiler of I don't know if he's read it, but I won't say it.
That's fine.
But he's had Vicky, and he's had even Armando Estrada, and Matt Stryker. And I don't know if the angle is, or storyline is that he's impossible to work with. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to ruin his character even more so than what it has been diminished to.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I liked when he, had the managers, and, I think he should just, stick with one. To me, the best manager that he had out there was Michael P.S. Hayes. I think, he's a good manager. I mentioned this before, in the hot seat. So, P.S. Hayes, I think, he should come back and manage, Tyson Kids. Stick with one, and continue to move up in his career. If not, if this is going to keep on continuing with having a new manager each and every week, it's gonna, not really gonna be that interesting like it was. So if he can stick with one, that's fine. I would rather him, stick with one. So that's it when it comes with Tyson Kidd. So that's it with that topic. And we're moving along here, and getting into the next topic that I have. And what are some top tag teams to bring back that were released, in the past? Such tag teams as La Resistance and etc. and stuff like that. What top tag teams would you like to see come back that were released?
I think, well, I'm going to say La Resistance as well. World's greatest tag team.
Okay.
Who else off the top of my head? Even like going as far as saying the Bashams.
Okay.
Right now, I think WWE is struggling for obviously anybody to be in the tag team division.
Mm-hmm.
So I think anybody that's been released in the past, whether it be Deuce and Domino,
Right.
Or any of the ones that I just said, they would be lucky to have them come back because they need a tag team division. And like I said, they're struggling. They have one legit tag team, really, other than Slater and Gabriel. That's the Usos. Other tag teams, they're just, just people thrown together. Other than the Nexus, I guess the Nexus, they're not just thrown together, but everybody else, whether it's Kane and Big Show, they're just thrown together. So it'd be their advantage point to bring any legit tag team back. That is, even if they were to put Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder back together.
Yeah, that would be cool.
There's no reason why they couldn't do that. Or Trent Beretta and Kurt Hawkins, they could repackage Trent Beretta to be somewhat of the same character as Zack Ryder very easily.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to focus more on tag team wrestling, and like I said, they'd be beneficial to bring anybody back that was a legit tag team.
Right. Yeah, and I could agree with you bringing on some of those tag teams. They can bring on, the other half of the Dude Busters, coming back in. I thought that was, a cool tag team until they somehow randomly split up, which I don't know why. I thought they were a good tag team. Going back to La Resistance, says that they're a cool heel tag team at the time. Winning the tag team championships, and the original La Resistance. Bringing back the world's greatest tag team. I know they're doing good in ROH. I believe they won the tag team title, so that's a good thing on them. So I hope they do good over there. But I wouldn't mind, having them come back and WWE and come back as a tag team, winning the tag team titles one more time there as well, and eventually go into singles career with the world's greatest tag teams. So that's just to name a few. So. I want to thank, Page Fan 424, coming up with that topic. That was a, video response to him. So shout out to him. And that's it when it comes to that. The next thing, which I believe is the last topic that I have here, and what are your thoughts on some TNA stars leaving the company, such as Tommy Dreamer as well, who's been, reportedly, seemingly to been, gone from TNA, and is this the beginning of the end for TNA, and what are your thoughts on that?
I don't think it's the beginning of the end of the moment. It's the beginning of the future.
Okay.
Even though Tommy Dreamer, he has the most legitimate future in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
He's already established. He was who he was, and he would be just used sparingly to put people over.
Yeah.
With Mick Foley being gone, well, he was never really there in my opinion. He was a ghost. He was kind of in the shadows.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal now, it made me thinking, well, how is it the beginning of Jay Lethal being gone?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he'll be gone forever.
Okay.
I think he'll be back. I think it was just a roster screw up.
Right.
I think maybe because they didn't know what to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think he'll be back. These guys, they're trying to make stars out of everybody. Gunner. Now, a lot of people don't like Gunner. They think he's a huge jobber.
Yeah.
And that may be, but you gotta make your own stars as well.
Mm-hmm.
So with these other older people being gone, it gives room for these young guys like Gunner, or maybe even Generation Me, maybe Amazing Red, all these other ones to hopefully move up the ladder. And like Crimson, he's doing fine. He's a young guy. He's gonna make a name for himself.
Oh, yeah,
and if you still have these other old timers or even ex WWE wrestlers in the business, I think they'd stay in the spotlight, and you won't be able to curate your new talent.
Yeah. Yeah, with Jay Lethal being released, I mentioned that before. It's a shame that they were come to his release. So I'm sure we'll definitely get to see him back in the near future. I'm sure he'll probably go ROH or something like that, and have a good career there. Mick Foley, he didn't really do too much besides win the world title there, and he's looking to he'll probably eventually go to WWE and have a Legends contract, do a couple backstage stuff, maybe work a couple of promos and stuff like that. Not necessarily really wrestle. Maybe even go back to commentary, but I don't think he'll really do that since what happened with that. So anything can happen really. With that being the end of TNA, like you said, it could be the future as well. Seeing the younger stars pretty much hopefully getting the push that they need to get more notice, and you win some championships and stuff like that. So hopefully the stars like Robert Roode, just to name a few, to move on and do better things besides, in a way, get lost in the shuffle. So hopefully we'll see something good come out of this, and that's it when it comes to that. So that's pretty much it when it comes to all the topics. Is there anything else that you want to give your final thoughts on and such things like that?
I just want to say, keep on the lookout. The IWWS is here to stay.
Yes.
Like Fortminer said at the top of the show, this is a takeover, so be looking out. You don't know we're coming at you. We're coming at you from every angle. And that's, next time you see this show, there's probably somebody else going to be taking over. So just keep your eyes open for us.
Yeah, you never know who's going to be a part of this show. It could be Boston Fans 79, it could be 420 Goonie. Who knows? It could be even all of the IWWS members in one show coming in here in the hot seat. So be on the lookout for that. So it was a pleasure having you coming here back on the show.
Thank you. Pleasure being here once again.
No problem. You're definitely welcome anytime. And that about does it for this week's episode of In the Hot Seat. You guys can continue the discussion down below in the comments. Leave a video response. And that about does it for this week's. And as always, I will talk to you guys later on. Peace.